Hello. How's it going? We need to set up strength potions. Thank you, Stream Elements. Love you, baby. Blaze powder. Potion juggling. Isn't this fun? This is so much fun. I accidentally drank normal strength potions. I'm a fool. It's me. What other potions might we want? Do we have a second villager hat? Let me find out what that ability is. It's nothing. It's nothing interesting. Let's go with night vision next. So instead of glowstone, we're gonna want redstone. And golden carrots. Carrot. All the modium carrot. Let's jump to one of our villages. All right, I'm back. Well, we need our carrots. Cutting board. Where's my carrot? Where's my carrot? Machines. I mean, andesite casing and super glue. Andesite casing. Plank. Wood. X. Glue. Hammer. Harvester. Yes, now give me my carrot. Yes! Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Potion filter. Hey, we got a beacon. Let's just check on our netherite. Ah, finished up already, huh? Ooh. Carrot. Gold. Bottles. One more of these should do the trick. What did I put away that's normally right there? Oh, never mind. It's one of these. Infusion pylon, all the mods. 10.
Want a glow up for your phone? With
I'm Chosen Architect, and this is All the Mods 10. Now today we are going to play with one of the most broken items, or blocks, I guess you could say, mods, in the game, in my opinion, so far in my experimentation. And we're also going to be setting up some more power. But first, let's talk about this really powerful mod, right? And that mod we technically already played with, right? It's called Pylons, and it's actually what allows us to have the Harvester Pylon. Now, there are other pylons, though, and one of those pylons is very, very broken. And that is the Infusion Pylon. Now, I did play around with this a little bit over on Twitch, so definitely check me out over on Twitch, twitch.tv/chosenarchitect. Of course, I do live stream most of the week, about 3 to 4 days a week, so definitely check me out there. Give me a follow if you would. Hey, you may be wondering, Chosen, what does this mean? Like, what is the Infuser and how can I use it? Well, at this point, I have been using a jetpack for flight. Yes, it's worked, and it does have a decline and everything like that, and there are higher tiers which remove that decline. And don't get me wrong, a jetpack is still the way to go for fast travel in one direction. But there is a way that we can get full creative flight with minimal effort in this pack. And that is thanks to this block right here, the Infusion, a potion effect. Or any effect, basically, is not into this potion card.
What does he
Now,
have
it will
set
give you
up in
kind
his
of
potion
just
pile?
for the flight potion. It's not something just potion effects. That's right. So this is the thread of Wixie, and this is going to be the first thread I think we actually apply to ourselves. And it increases the duration of potions by 15% each level. And when it refers to levels, it's actually referring to our Rs gear, and you can see those red tier slots are empty. Those have 3 different levels on them for the first slot, and then the second slot has 2 and 1. And the further we upgrade our gear, it will
Okay, I don't need to know this.
buffs, which is another really powerful thing about using this particular gear. There is a way to do it within cultism, but you are going to need to summon a demon friend or a demon wife or husband, which it does have the option to do that. And they can actually extend potion effects even further, by the way. So like a base potion could be extended all the way up to 15 minutes or so, which in my opinion would only help buff and increase these effects even further, making this process even faster. Now on this potion effect, to be able to get Wixie tokens, it can be a little bit challenging. I've thankfully looted quite a few of them, but if you haven't looted them, you need to use a Dispel on a witch when it's less than half health. And whenever you do that, it will turn into a Wixie token. And the Wixie, by the way, is a way that you can automate potion brewing and also automate crafting, if you were kind of going the full Rs route. So now that I have my threads crafted up, well, you need to use a thing called an alteration table. Very straightforward. You just place it right here, and you'll see your individual using threads. You can only use one of those threads, no matter what you have on all of your other gear. So you cannot put more than one of these in each level. Now you can see where the utility comes into play. So that now makes it almost instantaneous. Like it really is instantaneous at the max tier like this. Look at that. It just happens instantly. And so what I'm able to do is get this all the way up to top tier. Notice, by the way, we're running out of power. That's something that we're going to hopefully fix today. There we go. And now we have levitation. And then the max up here is going to be chorus fruit. And it's just so good to be able to have access to this. So there's the flight of 8 minute. But if we do redstone here, then we can go ahead and we can extend this even further. And all the way up to 30 minutes of flight time. Now, the longer the actual duration, the more time gets applied to that card. So let's now take a look at the card from the pylons. And this is what we need to make. The potion will make some of this. And to be able to get minutes, but watch, we right click and all of that time gets consumed into the card. And we almost, with just one potion, complete. Now we have an activated flying potion filter. Enables creative flight. And I can take out my jetpack and I can use that curio slot for something else in the future. I can now just simply fly around as I fill. So now let me get into what is actually broken. Because, right, flight is kind of meh in modded. Like, a lot of things do give you flight and allow you to fly around. But
Yes.
it's at this point now where we can start to manipulate things and potentially get something that is going to be insanely broken in the future. And honestly, it's kind of broken now. And that, my friend, comes at the cost of an invisibility effect. And this will be my first little dabble into the Iron Spell mod. You know, the only real pain point to getting into Iron Spells and being able to craft your own spells is the fact that you need Crying Obsidian, which means that we need to locate some of the portals that I have left behind.
Crying
That's a
Obsidian.
great
Okay.
way to get the Crying Obsidian. Honestly, one of the best ways to get it. Now, when getting into Iron Spells, you are going to need quite a bit of Crying Obsidian just to kind of make some of the base machines. And this is where this Crying Obsidian is really going to come into play, that you can find super, super easily inside of the end dimension, courtesy of the good old young structure here. Now, to craft this, let's go ahead and make ourselves a forge and also an arcane anvil. All of these are going to be required, so you just need a inscription table, scroll forge, and an arcane anvil. Now, to be able to craft the invis spell, we are going to need some paper and an emerald, and then also some legendary ink. And we're looking for the invisibility version, this one right here. And when we craft this, we get a level 5, and it only has an effect length of 30 seconds. And I'm hoping that we can increase this effect length a little bit further. And so to be able to do this, let's take it up to the next tier. We have to swap these out, and we can upgrade it even further. So this is the highest tier, which is level 6, 35-second length. But I'm hoping that we can effectively increase that more, and I don't know if the evocation spell power percentage can actually increase the duration of the infect. So by using the grimoire here, by the way, which we got from the evokers, I'm hoping that we can apply this to a spell slot here, and this will give us a higher effect duration. I could be wrong. So now we just need to take our spell book and put it into the spell book slot in our baubles, and we can hit R. I do recommend removing some keybinds from R inside of your keybind settings, so that way you can pull this up. We just want to select this. Notice, by the way, because of the evocation, it does give us increased effect length because of that percentage. So the higher the percentage we have, the longer the effect duration is going to last. And that's important. For us to get it closer to 60, we are going to need to increase this. And to also make it more practical, we're probably going to want to use a wand. This is going to help with our cooldown reduction. And just having some nice cooldown reduction is going to be super, super helpful. And there's actually a couple of other ways we can get some cooldown reduction, because I do want to keep my Ars gear for the most part, because we're definitely going to need to make sure that we are wearing our Wixie charm that's basically on our gear. So now the recovery does actually help us here. So if we can make some rings of recovery, and I think we have what? Let's see, we have 2 ring slots, and we also have another curio slot. So we can technically have 3 of these on, but we are going to need mithril for this. And I bet we do have some mithril laying around that was potentially mined from the mining dimension. Possibly. Interesting. It doesn't look like mithril is possibly contained in this mining dimension, but I do know where it does reside, and that is in the overworld. So eventually we could mine for it in the overworld, which wouldn't be too hard.
I found some mithril.
But we did actually have some mithril. So we might want to use this little bit of mithril that we have. And by the way, we can use our blast spell, but we just need to augment it with amplify, and this allows it to be turned into a blast furnace. And there we go. This turns us into mithril scrap. Okay, perfect. So at least we can make 2 of these rings of recovery. and it's going to be well worth making these rings. 100% worth it. This is just going to speed things up so much quicker. I'm just going to take these out temporarily and replace them right here. And then also utilizing that Artificer's Cane is going to also give us the cast time reduction, and it's going to give us a little bit of cooldown reduction. So let's just go ahead and see currently where we're at on this Invis spell. So whenever you have it selected, you can just use your Arcane Staff to cast this spell, which is kind of cool. So let's cast it and take a look, and we actually already are at least a minute of time available on this. So in reality, I'm completely invisible. In reality, we could use this already to keep us constantly set up like this. So we just have to make sure that the invisibility spell has the cooldown reduction, which it is going down right now. We can see that that's happening. Oh man, with this, and if we basically took all of our other pieces and we maybe made the other pieces of gear that increased this power, it could go up even further. Oh boy, let's go ahead and try this again, right? And you can see that our hat is actually applying an increased duration to this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna right click this, and as soon as the spell's done, I'm gonna switch over and then I'm gonna apply the potion effect. And you can see it did go up for 60, and that means it consumed all 60 seconds and applied it to this timer. So now can you see how this is broken? By the way, true invisibility differs itself from normal invisibility by making you entirely invisible, meaning items you're holding, your actual gear, and yourself do become invisible to mobs and also reduce aggro when the effect is applied. Let's see if we can make this a little bit stronger, by the way. We should have a few of these runes available. Later on, we're going to have like nearly an infinite amount, but we do need 3 of them for right now, as I just want to make the chest, the pants, and also the boots. And because of our mob farm, we should have plenty of these arcane essences. So let's go ahead and try this out. I wonder how much longer the potion duration effect is going to last now that this gives us 10% evocation spell power. Let's try this again. So we cast it, and now it goes up to 1:30, which is just going to make this process a little bit faster. Now, there are true invis potions that we could consume, but I promise you this is going to be much, much more effective because it costs 4 invisibility potions to make 1 true potion. Yeah, it takes some time, but I promise you this is going to be well worth your time, especially later on if we go into these other dimensions. For the true invisibility, I think this is the last one. And oh, we're so close. As you can see, this is the amount of time I have been waiting, basically doing this. But I was also using this time to come up with some other cool things that we could potentially use. For example, I think the charge scroll would be fantastic to have permanently on us. And also oak skin would be another great thing. However, I do believe the max level that something can go, for example, this is a level 8, the max level can only be level 4. So we got to keep that in mind that we're only going to get the oak skin effect from level 4. However, using a level 8 oak skin scroll here will give us an effect duration that will be enough to make this faster storing to the card. But since this is the moment of truth, let's go ahead and do this. Activate it, and now we have a permanently activated true invisibility potion. Well worth my time, and I just want to show you just how powerful this actually is. If I put this in here, we should now have true invisibility. And notice, by the way, my hand is even gone. Everything is gone. Just completely gone. I don't know how much I like that. Oh, I guess my hand is not gone. It just didn't have an item on me. When I don't have an item on me, I have no hand, apparently. But thankfully, when you're holding an item, it does show up. But we shouldn't be attacked by any mob, like whatsoever. Well, except for the warden, that is. Just to do a good test, look at these guys. They see me, but they're not going to attack me, which is interesting, right? So even though they're here, and even if I punch them, they kind of forget that I even exist. So this is where that true invisibility is going to be insanely powerful when we need it, because I don't really want to keep it constantly on, because I don't necessarily like to see myself fully invisible. But this will give us the ability to use this in other dimensions in the future. And so this is an alternative to using the charms, by the way, that you see over here. So this is an alternative to using these charm fragments, which, by the way, these charms do have durability. So yes, if we were to prevent evokers and the rest
So true invisibility
Actually seeing this,
potion.
well, now we have
We
true
want that.
invisibility on top of that. Now, to get the charge scroll, which is a really, really cool passive effect, we can go ahead and actually just charge up a snowball. And this will allow us to strike a creeper with lightning, which is going to allow us to use bottles on a creeper to consume, well, the bottles of lightning from it. So let's get ourselves a creeper here. And notice, by the way, creepers are not even going to bother me because of that true invisibility. So great for a task like this, where we give this, yeah, a charged effect, and now I can just right click it to get myself some bottles. So let's go ahead and make this charge scroll. We just need to change this out for a bottle, and I love that you can just pick any sort of spell. There's so many to choose from, honestly, but charge gets us the max tier charge spell, and we just need to change out this one by pulling this and putting this one in, and there we go. We have this ready to go to do the exact same thing, making sure that is applied. And we go ahead and have this next to us. When we activate this, we get it for a little over a minute. And so getting charge 3 is going to be very helpful to me. It gives us a little bit of a speed boost, which is going to be nice. Also, increased attack damage. And honestly, if we use any other iron spells things in the future, it'll also increase our spell power a little bit. You know what I was thinking? Spell power can be actually increased across everything.
Let's just get speed. I think that's just sugar, right? Speed potion. Potion of swiftness, potion of slowness. Potion of the little world. We can combine this potion of the little world with the potion of the giant. Vanishing. Is there a way to get the effect vanishing? Vanishing. Dust of vanishing. Spectral potion. pop it. I mean, mushroom. Oh, I'm excited. I am excited. Ocean filter. Was 15 attack damage. Additional step height. Yeah, so we can still step up things just fine. And look at us. Look at us go. Visibility. True invisibility. Yeah, it's a lot of work. A lot of work that I don't want to do right now. I want to get distracted doing something else. Or find storage. Spell focus. Spell book. Dragonskin Apprentices, Iron Bank, Grimoire of Evocation. Grimoire of Evocation. Grimoire. Rare drop from evokers and enter evokers. do, do. Not yet eaten. Steak? Let's get through these not yet eaten things. Okay, thank you very much, Windows Security, for telling me that I have no viruses. I'm so glad that you decided to tell me that while I was streaming. You gotta go through the list of not yet eaten things. Do, 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 do. We're really gonna have to go through all of these, huh? Okay. We'll get there eventually. Bruh. There's so much. It's too much. The circle birds. We need to find a new head. Bobble. Head. Do, do, do. We should get into hostile neural networks when we have the time then. For now, we'll go like this, I suppose. Ah. Yeah, we can make backpacks now. We want a pickup upgrade. Allow. Alright, we got the wither skeleton spawn eggs. That's what we were after. Roll. Abyssal Shroud. Holy Locket. Scroll of Gluttony. Life's life. Scroll of Lifesteal seems good. Alright, that's gonna have to be it for tonight. We might pick up tomorrow morning, or I might have some stuff to get done. Or, well, I do have some stuff to get done, so I don't know. If I wake up earlier, then we'll, of course, you know. If I wake up earlier, then we'll do that. But for now, it's time to say goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.